Welcome to my YouTube channel. This is the Captain Gala FX. This is my YouTube channel. If you are new here, consider subscribing, liking the video, and sharing the video. Earlier this week, you requested for me to redo a video on support and resistance zone, how it is created, uh, how to draw a support and resistance zone line, and how they are actualized, and actually how they are violated. And that is what we want to do today. And stay tuned. This video, it is not going to be so long, but it is going to be short as possible for it to be very easy to interpret and to relate with. Now, without wasting time, I want to talk about what is support zone and what is a resistance zone. Actually, these are always key zones in the market, where the market will always obey or where the market will always react to. Mostly, support zone is always created on a downtrend, where the market is reacting to when the market is downtrending, which means the market is selling. We always tend to create what we call a support zone, respecting what the market had already created earlier. Actually, a support zone is always called the demand zone, and the resistance zone is always called the supply zone. Now, when the market is always moving on an uptrend, which is the market is buying, when the market reaches a key level, it will always form what we call a resistance zone, which means for this market to continue with that uptrend, the resistance zone has to be broken for that market to continue with the uptrend. In the other way, for the market to continue, when the market has created a support zone, which is the demand zone, for it to continue with the downtrend. For the market to continue with the downtrend, the market must break the support zone for it to sell further. Now, how is support zone created? We want to start with how is support zone created. How is support zone created? How is support zone created? That is a very, very important term. How is support zone created? I already told you that in the other video that support zone is always created when a bearish candle is formed on a downtrend followed by a bullish candle. This is what I mean. Let me make this one to be a green, and this one to be red. A red candle, I told you, a red candle is called a bullish candle, a bearish candle, and a green candle is called a bullish candle. Now, when is support zone created? A support zone is created where the market was on a downtrend. When the market was on a downtrend, and the market forms a bearish candle followed by a bullish candle. When you see a market prints a bearish candle followed by a bullish candle, that is a support zone created. And how is this support zone violated? A support zone is violated when the market prints a bearish candle followed by a bullish candle, then followed by a bearish candle at the same key zones. I hope you take that to home. I've said, how is this support zone violated? Support zone is violated when a bearish candle is printed, followed by a bullish candle, then another bearish candle is formed at the same key zone. Which means when a support zone is created, with this scenario you can see, this is a support zone already been created. Then we have another bearish candle printed again, which means when a support zone is created and a bearish candle follows the support zone, the previous support zone which was created, which means that support zone is now violated, and will get what we call a current resistance zone, which means this zone, when this market is violated, when this support zone has been violated, for this market to uptrend, it must come here, which means this is the line for where the market is reacting to, which means this market must come here and break this current resistance zone, retest it if possible. It is not a must that the market retest a resistance zone or a support zone. Some pairs don't retest those zones, which means we will wait for this market to break that zone, which means this is a current resistance zone now created. When a support zone is violated, we always have what we call current resistance zone created. Current resistance zone created, which means when a support zone is created, let me say this support zone had already been created here. Now for us to continue with the sell on this market, we were coming here and waiting for this market to break that resistance zone, support zone, and continue with the downtrend, which means it is not a must that that market must retest that zone. It is not a must that that market must retest that zone. Some pairs don't retest. Now, what I said that what will always help you in this given scenario is where you put your stop loss, so that you cannot be stopped out by the market when the market was when the market is on a retest. Now, I have already said that support zone is created when a bearish candle and a bullish candle is created at a key zone. That is a support zone created. When another candle follows, let me say another candle like a bearish candle follows that support zone, which means that support zone has now been violated, and we will form what we call a current resistance zone. Take the note. It is simple as that. We'll get what we call a current resistance zone. That is what we'll get. Current resistance zone. I hope that one is well taken home. Now, how is this support zone actualized? How is it actualized? Because we have a violation, we have seen how it is violated, and now we have not seen how it is generally actualized. How is this market actualized? Let me remove this because this one is showing a violation. I had said that when a support zone is created, how is it actualized? It is actualized when you get uh, another when you get another bearish candle formed, which is engulfing the previous candle, which means when support zone is created, you can't just come here and start buying this market, because there's a concept in forex which says that always the market will always buy at a demand zone, which is the support zone, and it will always sell at a resistance zone, which is the supply zone. Now this one, for you now to buy, you are sure that this market will buy, you have to wait for the actualization of that given support zone. How do you wait for the actualization of that given support zone? I had said that the next candle to be printed, which is supporting the support zone or the demand zone which was created, must be engulfing to the previous candle, which means you can just come here. Just come here, put this line. When the market engulfs this previous candle, and I decided that you have to wait for that candle to be fully formed. When that candle is not fully formed, we are not going to say that actually that market, that support zone has been actualized. That candle which is formed after the previous candle which created the support zone must be engulfing candle. It must be a bullish engulfing candle for it to be said that this support zone has been actually actualized. And when a support zone is actualized, it is when you enter a buy, because that is a buy signal for somebody who was to buy that given market. That is how support zone is created, actualized, and violated. It is when it is violated, it forms what we call a current resistance zone. When it is When it is created, you have to wait for it to be actualized for you to buy. You can never buy everything at a support zone. The market, when the market reaches a support zone, you'll always love or will always go immediately to start buying that market. That is very wrong. You have to wait for the actualization of the support zone, and I already explained something called WBB. WBB will always help you to know whether this support zone has been actualized or violated. This is it. You will just come and put a box on those candles for you to remove the headaches whether that zone has been actualized or violated. Just put that box. Once you put the box and the market breaks this box downwards, which means with a bearish candle downwards, which is outside this box with the body, which means you will get that market has been violated, and that support zone has been violated, and it has formed what we call a current resistance zone, and that current resistance zone generally has been actualized, and you will go for a sell of that given market. When the market prints a bullish candle which will breaks the box with a body, you will always know that this market has generally broken that box, and now the support zone has been formed, and it has been actualized, which means that market is ready to be bought. Enter a buy in that given market immediately. I'm done with the support zone, and now you wait for it. I go to the real market so that I can show you how to identify them, and how generally you identify them, and how you can draw the line. Sorry. Now we go to what we call a resistance zone. We go to what we call sorry guys. We go to what we call a resistance zone. Go to what we call a resistance zone. How is a resistance zone formed? How is a resistance zone formed? How is a resistance zone formed? That is what you have to ask yourself as a trader. How is a resistance zone formed? A resistance zone is formed when a bullish candle on an uptrend, or anywhere, or at a key zone, an uptrend or at a key zone is formed, followed by a bearish candle. And I've said a bearish candle is a red candle, and a bullish candle is a green candle. Now, when is a resistance zone formed? A resistance zone is formed when a bullish candle is formed on an uptrend or at a key zone, followed by a bearish candle. That is how a resistance zone is created. And how is this resistance zone violated? Because you have to know how this resistance zone is violated once it is created, and how it is actualized. How is this resistance zone violated? The resistance zone is violated when we get another bullish candle created at the same zone. When we get another bullish candle created at the same zone, which means that resistance zone has been violated, and now we have what we call a current support zone. Now, for this market to continue on uptrend, this market has to break that current support zone. Let us mark it and name it for the people to know. You will come here and name this zone as the current support zone, which means for there to be a continuation of a buy in this given market, this market has to come here, break this current support zone, buys up to the next support zone, or buys up to the previous resistance zone, not support zone actually, but the previous resistance zone, where you can get that the previous resistance zone at this given zone, which means your TP will come here. TP is the take profit. You will come here and mark your TP at that given zone, which means your take profit will be the next resistance zone, which means the stop of the market when there is no news in that given market, the stop of the next market movement or the price movement is the next resistance zone in that given market. Now you have to mark the current resistance zone and the next resistance zone, which means for this market to buy, this support zone has to be uh, actualized, which is created, generally not broken, but it has to be actualized for it to buy. This is it, which means that current support zone has to be actualized for it to buy, not broken. Sorry guys, I used the word broken, but it has to be actualized for this market now to continue on uptrend. Now that one is a violation of a support zone, because a violation of a resistance zone. When a resistance zone is violated, the market will always tend to continue with the uptrend, which means when that zone has been violated, a resistance zone has been violated, the market will always tend to continue with the uptrend. That is it. Now, when is the resistance zone actualized? The resistance zone is actualized when the market will come here and print an engulfing bearish candle. When the market comes here and prints an engulfing bearish candle, generally that market will get what we call an actualization of a resistance zone. That is called an actualization of a resistance zone. And generally when the resistance zone is actualized, which means that will be a signal for a downtrend. That will be a signal for continuation downtrend, which means you will continue selling and selling that market. I hope that one is taken home. Now I had said that, how do you know that this market, maybe the resistance zone has been actualized, or the resistance zone has been violated? I told you here you come and draw a box, and that box must be, generally it should not be with the body, it must be at the wicks, which means it has to cover those candles entirely. The market, that box must not be broken with the wick. When that box is broken with the wick, we always consider that that box is that one is fake breakout. And I always advise you guys, don't ever try to trade what we call a fake breakout, because when you trade a fake breakout, the market will always tend to move on your opposite direction, guys. Now you always, because you always love that the market to go in your direction, always avoid trading fake out. Now, how do you identify this? The resistance zone has been actualized. You wait for this market to actually break this zone with with the body, breaks that box with the body, not the wick. You wait for it to be broken with the body. Once it is broken with the body, that is called the actualization of that resistance zone, and that is a signal for you to continue selling that market. That is actualization of that resistance zone, and that market you should start buying that market. You should start buying that market. Sorry guys. Sorry guys. Sorry guys. Sorry guys. And I'm sorry for that. Now, which means when this market when the box has been broken on that given market, when the box has been broken on that given market, actually that is an actualization of that resistance zone, and you go and sell. When this box is broken above, which means that is the violation of that resistance zone, and that market will always continue on uptrend. I hope that one is well taken home. That is well taken home, and that one is well considered. Well taken home and well considered, guys. That is well taken home and it is well considered. Yes. Now, I've talked about how the support zone and the resistance zone is created, how they are formed, actualized, and generally violated. Now let us take a pair and see how we can draw those zones. Let us take a pair and see how we can draw those zones. Let me say this pair is on a let me get a pair of USD JPY. This is USD JPY. Actually, you can see this. Actually, if you come here, you will see that this is a resistance zone. This is a support zone which has been created. You can see. You don't come here and put the line, this line upper kwa wick, at the wick. No, the line must be at the body. Those wicks are considered as noise in the market. Those wicks are always considered as noise in that given market, which means that market, this is a support zone which has been created, which means we consider buying this market. And I just told you that you can't just come here and buy this market. Come here and put a box that is called the WBB, wait box to break, and you enter a buy, or when it is broken below, that is a continuation of that downtrend, which means when this market comes here and break this zone with a body, not a wick, which means this market will be considered as this support zone will be considered an actualized support zone, and you will buy up to the next zone, which is here, and the next zone again is here. And those lines must be put at, not at the wick, at the body, at the end of that body. At the end of that body, which means for me to come here and buy this market, I have to wait for that box to be broken, generally not actualized. That box must be broken up to this given zone. And then for me to buy, continue buying, it has to break that zone, which means this one was another support zone which was created here. And the market will always tend to respect it. Check at this zone, which means the market will always tend to respect that zone. Now you have to wait for that zone to be broken for the market to continue on uptrend, guys. The market to continue on uptrend. That is a support zone created. When this market comes here and breaks this box below, when this market comes here and breaks this box below, which means we'll consider this is a violation of that support zone, and the market will always tend to go down. The market will always tend to go down up to the next, the support zone which was created, which is somewhere here, which means your TP will be here. When the market breaks down, your TP will be here. When the market breaks above, your TP will be here. That is very well explained on a support zone. There's nothing you need to know about support zone again, which is not there. And those key zone, which is the support zone and resistance zone, they must follow suit. They must follow suit with what you actually had analyzed. They must follow suit with your analysis. Your analysis must be correct. Remember, per candlestick formation only supports your analysis. And also also indicators are not used to trade. They actually should be used to support your analysis, and that is all. Let us see as a resistance zone. Let us see a resistance zone. And we can consider that analysis, guys. We can consider that analysis. This is it. Guys, this is it. Remember, this is a resistance zone. This is a resistance zone created. Now, how is this resistance zone going to be actualized and violated? This is it. Because you can't just come there and start selling this market. You can't just come here and start selling this market. Now you have to wait for this market to break this zone below with the body. When the market breaks that zone with the below with the body, you know very well that this market has formed a resistance zone, and this resistance zone actually has been actualized, and you continue selling this market. When the market breaks this zone above with the body, When the market breaks this zone above with the body, you will always get what we call actualization, a violation of a resistance zone, and this market will always continue on a uptrend. Will always continue on uptrend, which means for us to sell this market, for us to sell this market has to break this zone and come to our next resistance zone, which is here, and we'll always say it is a previous resistance zone. Now, for us to buy this market has to break this zone with the body and buy up to the next zone, which is the next resistance zone. Guys, that is the best way to know how the support zone is created, violated, and actually actualized. Guys, the Captain Ngala is the best. You Captain Ngala is the best. And generally, I had told you that we kill the market, and I offer mentorship in my team. I always offer mentorship, and mentorship for this month is 50 USD for online, and physical is 150. The till number, I will put my till number here at the comment section, and the WhatsApp number. You can generally pay, if you are in Kenya, you can pay 5,000 shillings for online. Physical is 15,000. When you are outside, you will pay $50. The PayPal account will be here and indicated there. If you want to see that I kill the market, this is my Telegram channel. Consider joining it. You can see. Last week I made about, this one was 400 USD on the same week, and withdrawals, M-Pesa withdrawals are here. This is about 1,000 USD and another 850 USD. This was about 57 USD, 57,000 withdrawn from XM. This is about 60,000 withdrawn from XM, another 60,000. It is big. We made about 225,000 that week generally. So guys, consider joining, subscribing this channel for more, and also join my Telegram channel. You will get a lot of lessons. Thank you.